like the first 2 points. Third point, Phil, I think I see where you're going with the need for an educational reason, but and you thankfully provided a couple examples to do the same thing. But my fear is that by having such a strict interpretation of how this will be executed or enforced, that we might be backing ourselves into a corner. So just like I couldn't think of 3 reasons why or how a parent could provide an educational reason why somebody might need to go to or want to go to one school versus the other. Because I do think that the majority of our facilities, resources, our offerings for the district are pretty fair and equitable across our schools. I think at the same time we could see just the opposite happen, where somebody might have a very good reason to go to a different school. It's not educational, but because it's a good reason, because it's social, because it's geographic, or whatever the reason is, but because of the way we choose to enforce it and not hear and evaluate every instance, that we'll make the wrong decision. What I feel like we're missing by creating that educational reason terminology is that we're losing sight of potentially common sense, where if somebody lives 2 blocks from a school, we're going to tell them they need to go a mile away because that's the rule, that's the policy. And I hate for us to have to say that to somebody.
And I understand that. That's a tough one. I've worked in districts where families could look out the door and see a school over there, and yet they travel a considerable distance. There's a term that I used a while ago, trying to control variability. And that's the problem if you don't try to maintain controls, because all of a sudden you have a school that becomes lopsided. And then all of a sudden then you have a school that you can't provide the needed services to because there simply aren't enough kids to warrant that service. Then you would find yourself into really granting that educational need. Right now, our schools, for the most part, are fairly balanced. So basically all the offerings are at each school, all the music offerings, all the phys ed offerings, all the art offerings are balanced across the board. The piece that we have to work with is special needs. The reason we do that is because it is based on numbers. We have larger numbers in certain locations. Obviously, we have a program there as opposed to not. It just, as hard as it is to sometimes grasp, it can really be a very difficult piece if you don't keep some type of reins on it. The only thing I can basically tell the board is that to continue with allowing the superintendent the sole discretion after this evening, after we clean this piece up. If we have an issue that gets out of control, we're going to have to visit it. There's no clear-cut answer to just say this is the way it's going to be, and period. There's always going to be shades of gray with this. I've had issues where I've dealt with discipline issues where it was better for the child to attend another school. Superintendent discretion made those in the course of the year. Actually, I've had those backfire because once the parent made the request and got over there, it wasn't where they wanted to be. Then they wanted to go back. Well, at some point in time, you have to control, that movement. And that's just an example of something you can get into when you try to grant that. So you try to reach that success. I've had parents that requested their child to go into another school because they felt like their family was not socially accepted into that particular school because of a multitude of reasons. So there have been multiple adjustments throughout the course of the school year where I go in and make these decisions, not just at the summertime piece that we had these folks. There have been numerous. Those are the perfect examples of the discretion of the superintendent.
But are you saying then that case like that, because it's not an educational reason, then they wouldn't be committed to change.
Well, I look at it as an educational reason because it's having an adverse effect on that education. If they're not accepted socially, or if the parent feels like that they're not accepted socially in that particular school, the potential for the adverse effect is there.
All right, so to me, this whole thing is really about semantics, because, you know, before this meeting, the question was, how do we determine a better accommodation in our school? And now I feel like we're talking about how do you determine what an educational reason is. And so, again, my point is, I wouldn't want to see us get pigeonholed in having to follow policy when common sense could be a better indicator of how to handle a particular situation.
To that end, should this change it to state something that we're providing the best educational opportunity, which would take into the whole child concept, social education, or everything else?
I think this policy gives us that discretion, and it lies with the superintendent.
This is Phil's job.
Right,
This is not our job.
and what I would say is, remember that these three numbered paragraphs are not proposed to be policy.
Right.
They are Dr. Bender's statement of what he thinks.
Right.
And so, you know, I discourage you from trying to wordsmith those, because I think, you know, essentially Dr. Bender, what you're trying to say is that for the families who are in the situation now where, under a somewhat looser regime, they've been allowed to go to another school, we're going to grandfather those families. So that
I'm
they're
not using the term grandfather.
Okay.
I'm using allow families to go in. The reason I'm not using the word grandfather is because the term grandfather has been misinterpreted over the years, and all of a sudden, you know, resorts to grandfathering in the area, and then we're back to where we go. Back to where we've been.
But the idea is to allow families
That is
that have
correct.
been in that position to continue.
So
But
that they
then-
don't have to continue the request, know that they're a part of that school. That cleans up a huge amount of it, so that in the future, then I can really concentrate on the ones that come to this. Because what we've been dealing with for the past number of years is people who, you know, when they went into this, everybody signed the paperwork. We understand we may get moved out next year because of numbers. Fortunately, we've not had to do that, but I can assure you, if we did, we would have something horrible to deal with for the parents. And I can understand that. Because when you get adjusted to a school and you've been there 2, 3, 4 years, some their entire career, and then all of a sudden you say the fourth grade year, well, you can't be there because the numbers are too high. That's not going to sit well, folks. It's not a good piece. I will try to I don't want that to happen. I just want to eliminate as much as I can that possibility, so that when we move into this future piece, all of these folks are taken care of. They're where they need to be. They're happy. Life is good. And then we deal with the requests that really have to do with the issues at hand, and allow me the time to really address those issues more one-on-one. I remember when I first got here last year, that was one of the first things I did. I got slapped with all these requests. And, you know, the same thing this year. If we can pool those in, satisfy those folks, then from this point on, it becomes a little better, it becomes more manageable. It allows me to take the time to deal with the handful that we may have instead of the large number that we may have. Just needs kind of put it in perspective and hold it there, understanding that this is going to allow the superintendent to really look at what requests may come down to after this, as how legitimate they really are, and spend some more time on it. Because right now, there's just so many, it's just so to maybe try to help you a little bit, Eric, it's not my desire to want to not honor what people's requests are. I really want to sit with them, work with them, and try to figure out what it is that's driving the request, really trying to do what's best for their family, not just a desire or something that's happening in the family.
We do have school maps, and we have them for a reason, and they're published. And
Where are they
going-
published? I didn't
They're not
see 'em.
published.
We do have
Yeah.
what? What was the,
They're
some of
not
the what?
I find them, I don't do anything. And
I went to the
policy,
And I'm
I
not
couldn't
that
find
techie,
it.
so, but at any rate, there's a reason that those maps are there, and that's what people need to be. You buy a house, that's where your kids go to school, unless you have some other reason to go.
And I would like to just address one statement to the community. If you ever know someone who's trying to buy a home, encourage them to contact the school district to make sure that the home that they're purchasing is indeed in the school community that they wish to be in. Because many times, and this is nothing against realtors, but they're not always up on that, or they might read the map a little incorrectly, especially when they're at a boundary. And we all have to have boundaries. I mean, it's just a way of life. Encourage people to call the district and say, this is where I live. Where does my house fall? And what school am I really supposed to go to? That would help a lot of issues, because a lot of folks fall into that, not through their own intention, it just happens.
I'm pleased that the families have been going to be allowed to continue their education in the school that they're at right now, and I think the current policy, the intent that Dr. Bender set about, gives the district and the superintendent the flexibility to address these new cases as they come along in the future on a case-by-case basis. Excellent.
Any board member comments on this? Any comments from the public on this issue? Mr. Joyce, come on up.
Good evening. I just was back listening to the comments and having living in the option area. I'm just kind of curious, Dr. Bender and the board. I was kind of listening, I think, to Eric's comments, kind of echoing the issue. It seems rather just, I'm curious, in the, first of all, in the report, the attachment 2 is missing. I guess that's just the policy manual 7.3. On the PDF on page 138, there's the attachment 1. Then the 139 is attachment 2, which is that and the health plan information. And so I just wanted to make sure that policy is just what's referred to in attachment 2. Is that probably right? But just to be brief, I was just curious, just on in terms of from the parent's perspectively. So I understand you said you got a stack of them when you came in, you look them over, and you're getting, I guess, people different reasons. What's different going forward?
The ones that we have dealt with are repeats. They've been in this piece. And we were looking at them this year as a request came in. As much as people don't want to hear that from me, I was hard pressed to find the educational relationship other than simple location, or this is where they have been. Going forward, it allows me to really look at the policy and really evaluate what they're wanting to do. Because one of the policy changes we would like to put in is that convenience of school location would not be a consideration. Now, that may or may not go through, but I'm going to tell you as you stand up here, please understand the ramifications that could happen if the school district just arbitrarily let families go anywhere they wanted to in Park Ridge. What you create in that kind of situation is you create competitions between schools, you create undue perceptions, you could create an absolute mess. Having lived through it, I've seen it. I don't want that for this wonderful community. And sometimes because of that, it puts me in a position to kind of have to take that stand. That being said, as we move forward, my intent is to continue to follow that policy and really look for that educational need if it so desires. It gives me time to sit down with that parent and really find out what it is that we need. As I've said, throughout the course of the year, there have been a number of changes that the superintendent's made, working with principals for families because of